Right. So just I will go through just summary. We'll see just like what we have discussed in the previous class. Then we'll go to our next concepts. Okay. Just we'll go through the summary. Uh, what we have seen previously yesterday. Then we'll start our class. I think it is audible, right, for all people. Rahul, Pawan. Can use the chat option. Is there? Yes. Thank you, Rahul. So chart option is there. Just click on the chart. You can type the message. Pavan, it is okay, right? Right. Yes. Yes. Yeah. I think. Yeah. Good evening, Shahida. I think today you have joined. We'll see again what we have seen yesterday. Uh, Summary. We'll see main points. I will share you the recording. No need to worry. It is audible, right? You see here, chart option is there. At any time, we can write the message. If any simple doubts are there, we can write the message. Right. So let's say we'll start our class. Just here, I will summarize what we have discussed here in the previous class. Generally, we have seen that our course is SQL Server DBA, Database Administration. SQL Server, Database Administrator. Okay, so we have seen that as a database administrator. Okay, it may be SQL Server DBA, it may be Oracle DBA. As a database administrator, our job is here, yeah, maintenance. Okay, server and database maintenance is our job. And already we know that database is the backend part where actual data is present, right? Backend part. Better to use chart option. If any queries are there, please type in the chat immediately. I will try to respond. Already we have seen anyhow we are recording the sessions. You can go through that sessions daily, right? So that's why remember, like our major responsibilities are there, major activities of a DBA is what? Uh, uh, Server and database maintenance is our job. Okay, so just remember, we are not developers, we are not testers, we are maintenance people. Okay, so if anything happen in the server or database level, immediately we have to resolve the problems. We have seen that servers are there at client location. We are sitting here in Hyderabad office or Chennai office or Mumbai office. We are supporting that client. Understood, right? So we are supporting people. We are not uh, developers. We are not testers. We are supporting people. That's why, as part of support, we have to maintain here like servers, SQL Server, and databases we have to maintain. Right. Yes. Good evening, Shahid. Just now we have started the class. Yeah. If any queries are there, please type in the panel. Okay. If any simple doubts are there, immediately we have to. Right. So just we are summarizing as a database administrator, what are the major activities are there? Why? Because this we have to understand very clearly so that the concepts we can understand easily. Right. So that's why remember like server and database maintenance is our major responsibility. So as part of server and database maintenance, we have to perform various activities we have to perform as part of maintenance. We'll discuss that activities like we have to monitor regularly here. We have to monitor and troubleshoot the problems. So if any issues are there in the server or database, we have to monitor that issue. We have to troubleshoot that problem. That's why remember, monitoring and troubleshooting is our job. Monitoring and troubleshooting is our regular activity. Okay, so tomorrow once we enter in the organization, total setup is ready. Means what? Servers are there, databases are there, various features are configured, like backups are configured, replication is there, security we have configured, log shipping, mirroring, various features we have configured. But our job is what? Uh, we have to handle if any issue is there, and we have to perform like future maintenance activities, right? So that is like as a database administrator, our job is maintenance. That's why remember, no need of any programming languages for us like C, C++, Java. So just we need some basic commands are required. SQL basic commands are required. Already we have discussed as part of our course. We'll discuss that SQL basics. We'll discuss as part of our course. Okay, right. So these are the major responsibilities are there. Server and database maintenance is our major responsibility. Right. So after that, say like we have started with SQL Server. We have discussed that SQL Server is a RDBMS product developed by Microsoft, right? So various RDBMS products are there in the market, like Oracle, SQL Server, Sybase. Various RDBMS products are there in the market. But most of the clients today, they are preferring SQL Server. What is the reason? We have so many reasons are there. Cost wise, SQL Server cost is very less, as well as here maintenance cost is very less. Maintenance cost plus just 1 second. Yeah, yeah, Pawan, just now you have joined. I have put you in mute. If any queries are there, you can unmute yourself. Right, right. So that's like yeah, server and database maintenance is our job. That's why like SQL Server. Just remember, SQL Server is a RDBMS product which supports which where we can work with databases. Means we can develop our backend part. We can work with databases by using SQL Server. What we can do with SQL servers here? With SQL Server, uh, we can create and manage databases. So creating databases, okay. Managing databases means maintaining the databases and database servers. Plus SQL Server supports here BI features, business intelligence features, BI features, or we'll call it as MSBI features, Microsoft Business Intelligence features, MSBI features. Okay, so generally remember like this creating the databases or developing the databases is done by our SQL Server developers. Okay, so our SQL Server programmers. Whereas database maintenance, server and database maintenance is done by our SQL Server DBAs. Means this is our responsibility. As a DBA, our job is maintenance. Okay, right. So as well as say like BI features are there, business intelligence features are there, like SSIS, SSRS, SSAS. These are called BI features, business intelligence features of SQL Server. So here see we have MSBI developers are there. As a MSBI developer will work with these BI features. So that's why remember we have three types of jobs are there in SQL Server. We can work as SQL Server developer. We can work as DBA. We can work as MSBI developer. But our course we are going to target this SQL DBA or MS SQL DBA. Okay, right. So we have seen that for here we have Microsoft exams are there like 70760 computing means how we are working. Yeah, I think some disconnection was there. Right, we'll continue. So check here, like this is cloud computing. This is our SQL Server DBA part. Okay, 70764. So after going through this course, you will be ready to write this exam with some practice. Some practice we have to do. Why? Because very lengthy questions are there. If you practice some dumps, then it will be easy for us to write the exam. And always it is recommended you write the exam. It is recommended. Okay, why? Because we have more priority will be there. We'll get some advantage for our profile if you are writing the exam. Okay, so that is still like exams are there in case of SQL Server. Now remember option is there now. Maybe due to this current scenario, we can write the exams online also. You can sit anywhere in the world. We can attend the exams. Now no need to go compulsory to exam center now. Maybe in future we have to go, but maybe now still option is there for us. Maybe it may be there for next 2 3 months also. You can attend from anywhere. So I will provide you complete support about this exam if you are interested to write. Right. That is like what we can do with the SQL Server. We have seen. Then SQL Server supports here. Yes, structured query language. See, SQL and TSQL. TSQL is what? Transact Structured Query Language. Basically, remember, generally we have seen that every RDBMS, not only our SQL Server, every RDBMS, it may be Arcil or Sybase or DB2, every RDBMS supports SQL commands. Okay, right, we have seen DDL commands, DML commands, select, update, delete commands. Whereas like for programming purpose, remember we have T-SQL is there here, transact structured query language. Maybe you have seen in Arcil we have PL SQL is there. Here in SQL Server we have T-SQL, transact structured query language for programming. But remember, as a SQL Server DBA, we are not writing programs with T-SQL. Just we should learn SQL part, especially how to work with select command, especially to fetch the information, to monitor the details. Right. So that is like SQL Server has here two major parts are there, SQL and T-SQL. Next one say generally we have seen end users. End users are working using application or uh, website, right? As a end user, I can open some website, I can log in, I can make transactions. We don't know what is select command, we don't know what is update command, but as a database administrator, as a DBS here, we have to work with the SSMS, SQL Server Management Studio. So our tool is there, free tool is there, SSMS here. By using SSMS, connect and work with SQL Server. Means what? The SQL Server may be there in the same laptop, it may be there somewhere in the world. I can connect to the server with valid credentials. I can start working by using this tool SSMS. Okay, check here in my machine. already have installed SSMS. I will show you how to install everything complete detailed we'll see as part of the course. Check here, SQL Server Management Studio is one through which we can connect and work with SQL Server. Okay, right. Check here, like just we can connect to any one server. For example, here I am saying HYD LIC test, some server name. This is SQL Talk is my system name or host name. Connect. Just 1 second, some disturbance is there. 1 minute, please. Yes, thank you. Check here, like just here I have connected to SQL Server. You see here, SQL Talk is my system name. HYDLIC test is the server name. SQL Server 15.0 version. Means remember it is 2019 version. This is my login name. Through this login, I have connected to the server. I am working with the server. Check here, we can take a new query. See here, one of the major benefit of SQL Server is here, by right clicking we can perform various tasks. We can perform directly here, can create databases, we can create logins, we can work with, we can configure replication directly. So as well as here, by using the commands also we can perform the task. See, simple commands we have to remember, but the lengthy commands which we need while working in the industry, I will share you that commands which generally we'll call them as scripts. Okay, I will share you those scripts. Okay, right. So check here, I'm checking the version of SQL Server. I'm checking 2019 it is showing. Set SQL Server, Microsoft SQL Server 2019. Right. So like this here, like very simple commands are there. By using these simple commands, we can work with SQL servers here directly. Right. So now, now say like 1 second. Right. So just say like by using simple command, just use the commands, please use the commands, use the comments or please write the, yeah, if any simple queries are there, please type in the chat panel. Why? Because it should be interactive session. Even simple queries I will try to answer. I will never say no maximum. So please type if any simple queries are there. Okay, right, right. So that is like we can check the version, how which version right now we are working with. And already I have shown you yesterday one of our production server. Here directly by using the IP address of the server, we can connect and we can start working. See here, we can easily understand here. See, like green icon is there, it's meaning that it is a local server. it is here question mark is there, it is a remote server. And 12.0 version, it is 2014 version, 2014 version. Like this, like we can identify easily whether I am working with local server or remote server. Actually, this server is there in US, one of our client, right? So like this, like simple commands are there, like how we are connecting and working with the SQL server. Okay, so right. So generally, like generally, see, like this already I have said you, like if lengthy commands are there, I will share you those commands. So so that you can use those commands. But simple commands, 1-2 lines of commands, we can remember. We have so many versions are there in SQL Server. Various versions are there. We'll talk about in detail again. Just 2019 is our latest version. Okay, so 2019 is our latest version. We have 2017, 2016, 2014, 2012, 2008 R2. Like said, so many versions are there, uh, SQL Server versions. But from actually said, tomorrow once you enter in the organization, we have to work with almost all different versions. We can't say right now we have 2019. Okay, right now we have 2019, so no need to work with 20. We are not going to work with 2019. We have to work with 2014. Just now I have shown you know one of my client is using 2014. Some clients are 60. Like this, different clients are using say like different versions, right? So that's why we have to work with all the versions here. We have to work with all the versions in the industry, right? So check here, like one of the important point we have to understand from SQL Server 2017 onwards, our SQL Server works in any platform. So it may be Windows platform, it may be Linux, it may be Docker, any platforms here. Now it has become platform independent. It has become what? Platform independent, so that we can work with any platform. Okay, right. So that's why remember today just we have to understand today's here most of the clients are preferring SQL Server. Most of the clients are preferring SQL Server. So why? Because we have so many like cost wise we have discussed. No, it's a less cost. Cost wise it is low cost, as well as various companies here who are already using Oracle, they are going to use SQL Server also. Here, some portion of databases they are maintaining with SQL Server also, right? Why? Because cost is very less, right? So that's why remember today the companies are using multiple databases. Actually, we can't say we can't say only Oracle this company is using. This company is using only SQL Server. Like this here, multiple RDBMS products they are using. But especially from 2017, these most of the clients are going towards SQL Server. Why? Because less cost is there, maintenance is easy, as well as third major advantage is Microsoft has their own cloud platform, Microsoft Azure, right? So if you are going with Microsoft Azure, once again it is a very less cost for our clients. Right. So that is like different versions are there. Very simply, we can identify we are working with which version. That's why remember we are connecting and working with SQL Server by using SSMS. We can connect through command prompt also. By using some third-party tools also we can use. But SSMS is a free tool through which we are connecting and working. Okay, right. So that is like we have to understand here. SSMS is there, which is our free tool. Okay. So in general, say like uh, in a organization, we have seen a graphical option is there here. Graphically, we can work with, as well as here by using the command also we can work. But which option is better for us? For example, so graphical option is better, or normally like working with commands is better. Just remember, it depends on our capabilities. We can use any option we can use. It's not compulsory that we have to use graphical only. It's not compulsory that we have to use like this here. Depends on requirement. We can use any option. Depends on our choice, right? Next point we have seen, SQL Server supports two types of working environments. Here another important point. Two types of working environments in the organizations. One is your standalone environment. Okay, so second one is cluster environment. Two types of working environments. Actually, I will share you the material maybe tomorrow or Monday. This module one. We have totally 12 to 13 modules are there as part of our course. I will share you material. I will share you soft copy material for each module wise material. So already have said, along with the material, I will share you uh, FAQs also, some soft copy material I will share you through Google Drive so that you can download also. Here we have already have written chapter wise FAQs I have written here, chapter wise question answers, and some common scenarios, common issues. For example, sir, in the first module we have installation. We'll discuss what are the common installation issues are there. Okay, common installation issues. So how to resolve this problem? Why? Because tomorrow, if you are trying to enter in the organization with some experience, 2 plus, 3 plus, so our course I will try to cover up to 3 plus years experience. You can enter in the organization. Means up to that extent we'll see in depth of architecture knowledge plus troubleshooting knowledge I will try to discuss as part of our course, right? So you'll get maximum confident, you'll get you can work in the industry easily, right? So that is like material is there. Anyhow, we have seen already recorded sessions will provide you so that you can go through whenever it is required. So you can revise again. If any simple queries are there, you can write me mail also. Okay. So whenever I am free, I will try to yeah, write the mail back. Okay. Right. Right. So next one, say like two types of working environments we have to understand. Standalone environment is there, cluster environment is there. Standalone environment means, remember, we have single production server where all users are connected. Single production server is there, all the users are connected with the same server. We have to understand in case of a standalone environment. And basically, remember, it is for small scale applications. Small scale applications like small hotels are there, supermarkets are there, schools are there. For this, we can use here standalone environment. We can use. Okay, so where check here in case of standalone environment. For example, one production server is there. This is my server. Okay, so all the applications all are connected to same server. Means same server is processing the query. Single server is processing the queries. So, okay, it is okay for small scale applications, but for huge, large scale applications are there. Then problem is there. A single server cannot process many queries, right? That is the reason compulsory we have to maintain a group of servers. Group of servers. That group of servers is called cluster. Cluster. Cluster is nothing but what? A group of servers which are connected to each other, which are working as a single server in the network. See here, group of servers but working as a single server in the network. That is see what is the meaning of cluster environment. Understood, right? Group of servers which are connected to each other. Just remember like a group of servers connected to each other and working as a single server in the network. It's your group of servers. That is called your cluster environment. So here see like for medium and large scale applications, compulsory we have to go with cluster environment for medium and large scale applications. Okay, so like for example, banks are there, 24 by 7 websites are there, e-commerce websites are there. For all those, remember, we can't maintain single production server. Compulsory, we have to maintain a group of servers. A group of servers we have to maintain. That group of servers is called cluster. Means what? Whenever the users are submitting the queries, single server is not processing the queries now. So whenever the user submits the query to virtual server, for example, so this virtual server is processing the queries with the help of multiple servers. So here we have to understand. Just remember cluster means what? Group of servers like our customer care department where 10 people are sitting, 20 people are sitting. So even like we are calling the means what like multiple users are calling, no problem, the queries are processed parallelly. Queries are processed parallelly means just remember we'll get performance benefits will get in case of cluster environment. Understood, right? What is standalone, what is cluster? That's why while installing SQL Server, it will show here whether we are working in standalone environment or cluster environment. Uh, uh, Means while installation, we can select we have to work with which environment. Okay. While working also, suppose tomorrow they have assigned you one server to start working with, we can identify whether we are working in standalone environment or cluster environment by using say simple command. Means graphically we can check, already we have discussed. If I right click on server name properties, check here is clustered false, it is saying. See here, means what? Right now I am working with the standalone server. Means whenever we submit the queries here, this is the server name HYDLIC test. In the background, single server is processing the queries. Single server is processing the queries. Check here by using the command also we can check select server property is clustered. See here, it is saying false. Always remember after typing the command, select the command execute or F5. See here, false it is saying, means it is a standalone environment. It is not cluster environment. Understood, right? Please again I am requesting if any simple doubt is there, immediately we have to type in the chat panel. Right. So I want to make the session more interactive, just coming, listening, going, coming, listening, going. That will not work. If any doubts are there, we have to type in the chat panel. So we have to discuss the doubts. Right. Right. So that is like, I think it is clear what is cluster, what is actually I'm not showing you anything practically today, means all this cluster everything. Just I'm trying to make you clear some terms what we are using as part of administration and what are the concepts we are going to discuss. So those things I'm trying to make you clear as part of this class. Any queries are there, Zahid? Just use chat option. Always I like more interactive class. Maybe now we have started with basic concepts. You maybe you don't have any queries, but always it is encourageable to ask the questions. Rahul, it is okay, clear. Pawan, we have two Pawans, Varma and Kadari here. Pawan Kadari. So correct. Zahid is asking one question. We'll take that question. Uh, yeah, Madhu is asking just to increase the timing of our class. Definitely, Madhu, we have discussed no yesterday also. Maybe tomorrow, Saturday, but from Monday onwards, we'll try to increase our timing. I think most of the people are flexible with timings. I think we'll see that no problem. Why? Because so many concepts are there. We have to go with some more time. And one question is there: what are the different types of editions are there in SQL Server? We have different editions are there. One is Enterprise Edition. I will talk about that actually before installation, but briefly various editions are there. One is your enterprise edition is it, standard edition is it, web edition. These are our production server editions. We have free editions are also there, which we can use freely. Like developer edition is there. This is for development purpose. Express edition is there, and enterprise evaluation edition is there. This is also free edition. Means it has same features of enterprise edition, but it works for 180 days. We can evaluate the features. If satisfied, we can upgrade to enterprise edition. And say developer edition is free always. Why? Because it has development. We can develop development and testing purpose. We can use. We can't use in production environment. Express edition is always free. No need to purchase license for Express edition, but this is only for small scale applications where we can have database size up to 10 GB only. Maximum database size up to 10 GB only. Briefly, Zahid, we'll see again their capabilities, what features are there in Enterprise Edition, what features are there in Standard Edition. I will discuss before installation. Okay, right. But right now we are working with which edition? We can check here. See our server edition, we can check properties. Check here, Enterprise Evaluation Edition I am using, which has same features of enterprise edition, but it works only for 180 days, right? So we have licensing edition is also there with us, but evaluation edition you can download freely. We can install in our machines for practicing. We can practice all concepts. We can practice means clustering, always on, replication, lock shipping, mirroring, jo- uh, jobs, everything we can practice with evaluation edition. We can check by using the command also here, select server property edition, here enterprise evaluation edition, right? uh, okay, it is okay, Zahid, it's okay. I am not discuss in detail their pricing, their features. Just briefly have tried to discuss. Okay, so why? Because now starting classes like confusion may be there for most of the people. If I am going in detail about enterprise edition, standard edition. I will share the links also where we can see more information. Rahul, any queries are there or you are okay? Right, right. So right then we'll continue our class. That's why I'm asking you like this. If you, thank you, Rahul. So if any simple queries are there, please type. I'm encouraging you. Why? Because you should get at least some good knowledge as you are attending online class. You are taking time to attend my class, right? So that is like and different edition, right? These are the two types of environments: standalone and cluster environment. We can create the cluster also. I will show you in detail uh, by using VMware or Microsoft Hyper-V. We can create the cluster also by creating multiple machines. In my laptop, by using VMware, I have created the cluster. Uh, there multiple machines are there. Just have paused the machines. I can start these machines. I will show you our cluster setup. We'll see later. I have created each machine with 8 GB RAM. Why? Because in my machine we have 64 GB RAM. It is workstation actually. Workstation. Right. Right. So then this is a very, very important point we have to understand. So while installing SQL Server, like generally to install SQL Server, our client will provide one installation ticket will get installation ticket, or we can say change request ticket. In that ticket, we'll get complete information whether we have to install standalone environment or we have to install in cluster environment. Complete information will get in the installation ticket. Complete information. Okay, we can use that information. We can start installation. Directly here, we won't get mail like you install SQL Server, you upgrade SQL Server. Complete information will get. I will show you ticket now, but I will show you some more tickets later. So just check here where so many tickets are there. I will show you this installation ticket. I will show you. Oh, sorry, this is different. Mm, one second, one second. Mm, ITSM, sorry, ITSM. Previously, see, Microsoft was providing one ticketing tool, ITSM, IT Service Management Tool. IT Service Management Tool. So, in that tool, one of a ticketing tool actually is here, ITSM. In this tools here, they have raised one ticket actually in 2014, almost all 6 years back, for example. It is change reference ticket. What they are asking is here, new SQL installation, which type of environment? Standalone environment. Okay. Generally, say like we can't disclose like this client details in the market actually. Just to get some confidence, I'm showing you some old ticket. I'm showing my previous company ticket. Just okay, right. So as a senior person, I can't violate the company rules, but to show you to get some confidence. If you are already working, you know better. If you are not working, just to get the confident only. And sir, in this ticket, we have SLA is there, service level agreement is there. SLA, service level agreement, 72 hours here. Means what? Within 3 days, we have to complete this task. Within 3 days. Say like 16 to 19. And any time within SLA. Means within 3 days, we can perform any time. Maybe today, tomorrow, any times here. Within 3 days. Okay, but sometimes we have planned schedule. Means what? If it is already production server, let's say you want to perform some maintenance activity on the production server, right? Production databases. Then sir will take the downtime will take, or we'll call it as technically maintenance window. Maintenance window. Let's say client has accepted maintenance window morning 2 o'clock. For example, 2 to 3. Generally, we have we can put the message. They will put the message. There is no net banking between morning 2 to 3 due to server maintenance. Means planned schedule means what? Compulsory at a particular time only. But this is installation. Still, the server is not ready. At any time you can do it. Is He's saying. Just we have to understand here standalone installation they are asking. That's why while installing SQL Server, we have options are there. Like so many pages are there in the ticket. Observe here. One of another page is there, sir. Here complete details are there. Which version we have to install. Uh, Prior notification is required. Yes, client is saying. Means at least before 1 hour before starting installation, we have to notify to the client. Other options are there. Now we can't understand. Again, after yeah, tomorrow's class or day after tomorrow's class, I will come to this ticket again. I will discuss all the features what are there in this ticket. Just we have to understand here standalone installation they are asking. Right. Right. Next one, say like yesterday we have seen SQL Server supports high availability or disaster recovery features here. High availability features are there here as part of SQL Server, or disaster recovery features. Generally, some difference is there between high availability and DR, but we'll talk about that in detail later. What is the major difference is there between high availability and DR? We'll see what are the major differences are there. Just remember, high availability features are there. High availability features allows to maintain standby servers or standby databases. Why? Because one production server is there. Tomorrow, if this server is down, suppose one production server is there, all the applications are connected to this server. For example, unexpectedly this server is down. Then what about my applications? Right? So application will not work. Whenever we are saying that application is down, indirectly we have to understand business loss scenario is there to my client. Right? So that is the reason compulsory we have to maintain a standby servers or standby databases. So that tomorrow unexpectedly something happen in this server, no problem. Let the users will continue with the secondary server. See here, right? Means what? Whatever the changes are made in this database, in this server production server database, same changes copy or same copy of database I am maintaining in the standby servers here. As it is copy means two records are inserted here, two records are inserted here. As it is copy of database we can maintain here. Means one time we have to set up, they are going on in the background, it is working automatically. We are just daily we are monitoring, okay, changes are applied to secondary server or not. If any problems are there, we have to troubleshoot that problems. Understood, right? That is called here high availability feature. Just high availability features allows to maintain the standby servers or standby databases, which are compulsory for us. Why? Because due to any reason the server may go down due to hardware or due to OS related any reason, server may go down. That In that case we have to make the business continue. That's why standby servers are required for us. For that purpose here in SQL Server we have different features are there here. Log shipping is there. If you are working with Oracle, we have data guard is there. in Oracle, we have here log shipping. If someone are there from Oracle background, I will share you PPT, what are the major differences are there between Oracle and SQL Server, architecture differences I will share you. I have never worked with Oracle, but I know what is there in Oracle, what is there in SQL Server. Because I have done so many training programs for Oracle DBS, so I know very good. Oracle I have never worked. Recently, I have done the program with one company. Basically, these are Oracle DBS. All these people are Oracle DBS. So now they wants to support some of the databases of SQL Server. SQL Server databases also they wants to support now. Okay, so they have their own products are there in the US market. Financial services, Pfizer Financial Services Company. Right. So those are uh, we have two locations are there here in Hyderabad and Pune, I think. So we have yes. So means what scenarios are there where we have to support both the databases today as a senior DBA, right? So like log shipping is there, DB mirroring is there. I will take 5-10 minutes time. We'll conclude the session. DB mirroring as well as always on DB mirroring was introduced in 2005 version, SQL Server 2005. In 2012, Microsoft has introduced here always on. Right. So check here in case of just very briefly, what are the differences are there? I will tell you later. We'll see practically. So just remember all these features purpose is same. Purpose is same to maintain as it is copy of database in different server. Check here log shipping is there. Logs are nothing but remember changes. Shipping means what? Transferring. See very clear meaning is there. Log shipping means logs are nothing but changes. Shipping means transferring. In case of log shippings here, whatever the changes are made in production database copy, automatically they are transferred to secondary database copy through log backup something. We'll see that mechanism. But what are the very old technology, very old concept? That's why we have so many limitations are there here. There is no immediate sync. Means what? If changes are made in production database, immediately they are not applied to secondary database. Time taking process. By default, it takes 30 minutes time to apply the changes, time taking process. In the same way, no automatic failover. Means what? Tomorrow if primary goes down, primary database is down, primary server is down due to any reason, secondary database will not become primary. Secondary server will not become primary. Immediately as a DBA, we have to start working. Manually, we have to bring the database online. Manually, we have to bring the server online. That's why remember there is no immediate sync, there is no automatic failover. Understood it? Automatic failover means what? Automatically, whenever primary goes down, secondary becomes primary. That is called sir automatic failover. So that's why in 2005 versions here, Microsoft has come up with mirroring. In case of mirroring here, name itself is saying that's why immediate sync is there. Immediately, whenever the changes are made in production database copy, immediately they are applied to mirror server, mirror database. In fact, in seconds they are applied. And as well as here see automatic failover is there. Means what? If tomorrow primary goes down, principal goes down, automatically mirror becomes principal. So here automatic failover is there. No need to manually bring the secondary database online. Immediately it comes online. right? So that users can continue their work. No need to wait till we bring online. Understood, right? That is like yeah, database yeah, mirroring is there. So like these are the different features are there as part of SQL Server, right? Then always on is there here, but again this mirroring is one to one feature. One primary can have maximum one secondary only. That's why to get one to many features as well as to get some other features, Microsoft has come up with always on. Always on means, remember, it is database mirroring with additional features. Like in Oracle, if someone is working active data guard, something is it. Here we have always on. Means what? Here also immediate sync is there with mirror server, as well as automatic failover is there. Means if primary goes down due to any reason, immediately secondary becomes primary, mirror becomes principal. And it is one to many feature. We can have one principal can have multiple standbys, multiple secondaries. These are the different high availability features are there, but today we are preferring always on. We are preferring today always on. Right. So one question is there. We have to use all the three high availability features. No need actually depends on scenario whether the client is asked downtime is acceptable or not. Depends on scenario. We have to use the respective features. Okay, right. But preferable is always on, but still some clients are continuing with log shipping. Some clients are continuing with mirroring. Some clients. Okay, that's why we need to learn all the features. Right, right. So then that's like different high availability features are supported by SQL Server. Let's we will summarize again. All these points are there in our material also. I will share you. Uh, in the summary, uh, generally we have discussed that already. Like whenever the user makes transactions, request is submitted. Whenever the user opens some website or browse something, they make transactions. Request is submitted to web server. Web server is submitting request to SQL Server. SQL Server works with the data present in the database. Maybe sales database or HR database or inventory database, some database. Right. So whereas like in case of standby server, generally we have you know we can maintain as it is copy of database with the help of these high availability features. And see this total setup is there in data center at client location. Today we have seen, you know, like we are using cloud also we can use in the cloud data center. This setup will be there. But here see, we are sitting in Chennai location, Hyderabad location somewhere. We are monitoring and we are troubleshooting the features. That's why in SQL Server, whenever any error is there, if I configure one feature called DB mail, automatically will get the email notifications. Okay, so means what? Whenever like backup fail, log shipping fail, mirroring fail, immediately we'll get tickets, will get email notification, will get to our ticketing tool. In the same way, application team also will raise the tickets, like performance is slow, downtime happens, okay, as well as client also will raise the tickets. Like this here from different locations will get the tickets, but from our SQL Server data center or setup will get the most of the tickets. So actually, like I will write articles to different websites like configuring SQL database mail. Uh, very long back, 7 years back, I have written in SQL Server configuring DBmail to code project, as well as my website is there, azure-sql.blogspot.com. My blog is there. You can see here also. like some FAQs I have written, plus this most of the scripts which we have to use here as a DBA, most of the scripts I have written here also open to everyone. But along with this, I will provide you additional scripts for our participants who are attending my course. As well as my YouTube channel is there. You can go to my YouTube channel. You can see also I have put some free recordings also. Means if you are not getting still confidence, you can visit my YouTube channel. So you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. Some already have put some free videos also. In depth, they have covered some concepts also. You can see my classes, how I am covering up to what extent. Already have said like we'll see in detail, we'll see not just what is what by right clicking. Everything architecture level, I will try to discuss in detail. Already have said you can work easily with 3 to 4 years experience. Okay, right. Right. So this is see what is there. If any queries are there, you can try contact to our team. They will forward me the queries. If any queries are there tomorrow, I'm planning to talk with our participants one by one. I will call you uh, from my office. So if anything is there, you can discuss me. If any suggestions, anything is there, I can suggest to you. Okay, so right. Let's see, last point we'll see. Major responsibilities are there. There should be no downtime. That's why to avoid downtime, we have seen we are configuring high availability features. No security problems, no data loss. Generally said to avoid data loss, we'll schedule backups, we'll schedule backups. No performance issues, no connectivity issues, installing and configuring. Generally, see this installing and configuring is not regular job. So once we enter in the organization, already everything is there. Just we have to go through one time. We have to start monitoring and troubleshooting. Patching SQL Server means we have to apply service packs, hot fixes, everything. Monitoring error logs. Monitoring error logs we need to monitor. Generally, remember anything happen in SQL Server, our SQL Server will write very clear message into error log. Very clear message it will write here. We can open this error log. We can see if any errors are there. We can plan for troubleshooting. Means what tomorrow log shipping fail. How you know what is the reason? First steps here, we have to check the error log. In error log, SQL Server will write very clear message. Depends on that message, we have to plan for troubleshooting. Then all the scheduled activities like jobs, all are working or not, we have to monitor regularly. Other things are also there. I will talk later. Some confusion may be there. That's why I'm not discussing. Right. So we will conclude the session again. As part of today's session, just have discussed some in detail the last class only, same details what we have seen in the previous class. Okay, right. So just check here, like in the summary, we can summarize again. One is here SQL Server is a RDBMS product developed by Microsoft. As a database admin, we have seen our job is monitoring and troubleshooting. Monitoring and troubleshooting. In the same way, like as part of monitoring and troubleshooting, we have to daily check all the features are working or not. If any features are not working, we have to handle those scenarios. Then third point, remember SQL Server supports two types of working environments, standalone and cluster environments. Two types of working environments. And last point, SQL Server supports some high availability features we have seen, lock shipping, mirroring always on, to maintain same copy of database in different server. We have other concepts are there, replication, clustering. Those concepts also will discuss as part of our course. Right. Okay, so if any queries are there, please type in the chat panel. Madhu is asking, please send material on the day basis. Okay, Madhu, maybe our team will send you, no problem. Once the initial process is completed, registrations, all those are, no problem. I will share you. Any other people, any queries are there? Already have said all the concepts I will discuss in detail. No need to worry. Step by step we'll go. Okay, no need to worry. Okay, so that's why I'm saying if any questions are there, I'm always encouraging you to ask the questions immediately. We'll see that I will try to talk tomorrow personally for all the participants. If any other doubts are there, I will clear you. Means placement related, those things I will try to discuss tomorrow. I will call you personally for each number. Okay. Any doubts are there, Shahida or Zahid, Rahul? Feel free to type in. Any questions are there? Feel free to type in the chat panel. Right. Yeah, I think no questions. Pawan. Okay, right, right then. Thank you for attending my class. We'll see forward. Even if you are already working, just yeah, if any doubts are there, you can send me doubts at any time. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Take care. Bye. Tomorrow we'll continue. Right, Rahul. Thank you.